Students, welcome to join Holy Child Academy, Senior Secondary School, Jaunpur. Myself, Dinesh Kumar Prajapati. Today, I have a CBSE Class 12th poem, An Elementary School Classroom in Islam, written by Stephen Spender. In this video, I will cover the explanation of the poem, the theme of the poem, and the poetic devices that are naturally used by the poet. But before starting this poem, I would like to discuss about the poet. Poet is Stephen Spender. Stephen Spender was born in 1909 and died in 1995. He was an English poet and essayist. He left University College, Oxford without taking a degree and went to Berlin in 1930. Spender took a keen interest in politics and declared himself to be a socialist and pacifist. Books by Spender include poems of dedication, the age of being, the creative elements, the struggle of the modern, and autography. Word within word. But in an elementary school classroom in a slum, which is masterpiece, in this poem he has concentrated on the theme of social injustice and class inequalities. Come to the point. Far from gusty weave, these children faces like rootless beads, the hair torn round their pallor, the tall girl with her waved down head, the paper shimming boy with red eyes, the stunted, the unlucky hair of twisted bones, reciting a father's gnawed disease, his lesson from his desk at back of dim class, one unnoted, sweet and young. His eyes live in a dream of squirrel's game in tree room. Other than this, there are four stanzas in this poem, and each stanza contains 8 lines. In the opening stanza, the poet describes the pathetic condition of the children living in a slum area or studying in slum areas, which is very dirty place. Far from gusty waves. Far from means very far. From gusty winds. Gusty, a gust of wind means fresh air. These children's faces. The children are unable to take fresh air in the morning. They are very far from the fresh air in that place where they are living. Like rootless weeds. Rootless weeds means without foundation, without social values. Weeds, unwanted plant. Like rootless weeds, the condition of the children are very poor. They are like without foundation. They are unwanted plants which are thrown in the societies. The hair turned round their pallor. Pallor means yellow faces. The hair of the children are scattered around the yellow faces. Yellow faces around the neck. The tall girl with her waved down head. Tall girl. There is one senior girl, tall girl, which who has turned into a sick person, and due to the illness, due to the poverty, her head had been down. She is also a student of that slum areas. The paper seeming boy, and one more boy who is sitting in the classroom. That condition is very bad. His condition is like very weak and thin, like a paper, white paper means he is bloodless. His pathetic condition is so poor, he is not healthy due to the poverty lines, with red eyes, and his right is hungry. His eyes are hungry for food due to the poverty. They are greedy eyes. The stunted means oppressed, small, unlucky, hair of twisted bones. One more boy is sitting in the class that has formed body which probably he has inherited from his father. He cannot stand and is reciting the lesson from his seat of twisted bones of his fathers, reciting a father's gnawed diseases. Who is the owner? Who is the person of deformed body inherited from his parents or the father? His lesson from his desk. He is sitting in his desk and learning, revising of the diseases of fathers that related to disability. At back of dim class, one unnoted. Unnoted means hide at the back of dim. Further, the poet explains that at the back seat there is one hide, sweet and young boy sitting in the dark room. There is no sufficient light in the room, but the boy is sitting, that is hiding. He is not looking enough. His eyes live in a dream. He is not studying due to the poverty. He is not healthy. So his mind is disturbed and he is seeming that he is dreaming of his squirrel's game. His mind is diverted on the game of squirrels. He would like to go out and see the squirrels game that is sitting in the tree room, tree holes. Other than this, and there is no other things except do they can do. They are totally disabled in that area, in that elementary school, and the condition of these children are totally unhealthy and they are unable to do anything in this way. Now second stanza. On sour cream walls, donations, Shakespeare's head, cloudless at dawn, civilized dome riding all cities, veiled flowery Tyrolese valley, open-handed map awarding the words its word. And yet for these children, these windows, not this map, their word were all their futures painted with a fog, a narrow street sealed in with a lead sky, far, far from rivers, capes and stars of words. In the second stanza, the poet describes particularly about the miserable conditions of elementary school where the poor children get their education. On sour cream walls, sour cream means cream colored, yellow and dirty. Walls, walls of classroom. The classroom's wall is cream colored. They are yellow and dirty. Donations, and there are some pictures of donators on the wall. Shakespeare said, and another picture that is decorated, that is fixed to the wall, that is the picture of Shakespeare's cloudless at dawn, which is compared to rising sun, civilized dome riding all cities, and another picture of a building with dome which can be seen in whole cities. Build beautiful, flowery, full of flowers, Tyrolese valleys, and another picture that is painted on the wall is a Tyrolese valley which is full of beautiful flowers. Open-handed map and other things that is hung from the wall of the classroom is handmade map which is not good. It is in bad condition. Awarding the word its word. It is word map. But it for the children. But this map is not good for them. The words it words. Though it is word map, but it is not a map for them. They have no turn to them. because they are disease ridden, they are not privileged person. Their lives can be improved only through get educations, and the chart papers and some other things cannot improve the pathetic condition of these children living in slum, studying in slum. Their word map, not this map. This map is not suitable or good for them. Their word where all their futures painted with a fog. The word of these children studying in slum are in such a way. Their future are hopeless. Their future are dark. They are not getting proper education, good education, as their futures are painted with fog. They have no hope, they are hopeless because they have no guidelines in which way they have to go. How their condition can be improved, they are totally unknown about this. They are underprivileged, they are disease ridden, so they have no hope for them. And further, the poet says, a narrow street sealed with a lead sky, far from rivers, capes, and stars of words. A narrow state. Their future is limited. They have no bright future. Their future is limited or sealed or packed with lead sky, with grey sky, means in dark. They have no bright way in which they could get education in right way, and they can boost their lives because their future is limited. Far from rivers, capes, and stars of words. Far, far. They are very far from rivers, capes means mountain caps, mountain peaks, and stars of the words means they are unknown. They are derived from the enjoyment of rivers, mountain peaks, and stars of wood. Thus, these things contrast with these children's word, as the other word belongs to rich and privileged classes. They cannot think beyond where will their food come from. They have nothing to do with Shakespeare, buildings with domes and word map. Only they are dependent on food, and food can improve the condition of these children. Only one way that can improve the condition, that is good education. So we should show sympathy, and we should help to improve the condition of the children living in slum area. Third stanza, the poem An Elementary School Classroom in a Slum. Surely Shakespeare is big, the map is a bad example, with ships and sun and luck tempting them to steal, for lives that slyly turn in their cramped holes, from fog to endless night. On their slab heap, these children wear skin peeped out by bones and spectacles of steel with mended glass, like bottle beads on stones. All of their time and space are foggy slum. So plot their maps with slums as big as dome. In the third stanza, the poet describes the miserable and pitiable condition of the children living in slum area, studying in slum area, in which classroom they are getting education. They are not concentrated. They have no focus on education. They are distracted from the educations because they are looking into in such a way where they can get food for their livelihoods. The poet says, surely it is certain, surely means it is certain that Shakespeare is big, means the picture of Shakespeare is bad. The map a bad example, and map is also is not good for them. Shakespeare's picture is not good, and the map is also not good. It is in bad condition for them, because with ships and sons and loves tempting them to steal. Tempting means attracts, and the picture of ships and sun and love indicating pictures or charts inspire them to steal food for their livelihood. For lives, because the lives that slyly turn into their cramped holes, because their life change into complicated slums, complicated holes, where fog to endless night, where they spend day in fog and spend the night in darkness. Means they get up early in the morning in fog, and also they suffer difficulties at night at sleeping time. Means they have no bright light in their lives. Totally they are unhealthy, they have no good health, so that they can live in open atmosphere, they can enjoy the life of their opportunities or goodness or happiness. Further he says, on their slag hopes, on the heap of garbage, on the heap of garbage or rubbish, these children wear skins peeved. These children's condition are very bad. Their skins are very weak and thin, peeved through by the bones, by which everyone can see the bones of their body and be counted, and spectacles of steel. They are wearing steel spectacles, steel glasses with mended glasses, which are repaired, and glasses are repaired. Means they have not a good glass which they put on their head or nose, like bottles bit on stones. And the condition of these children are not in such a miserable and pitiable condition. They are just looking like a bottle which are kept on a stones. Total they are looking like a puppet, they are like statue due to the poverty. All of their times and space are foggy and slum. All time and places or spaces are full of fog. They are hopeless, they have no good future, their future is full of hopelessness. They live in foggy slum, foggy area. They cannot get sufficient light, they cannot boost their life in the lack of food in this slum society. So blot their maps with slums as big as doom. Doom means total destroyed. So the poet requests the privileged people, rich people, to show in the maps the pathetic condition of the slum people, slum children who are getting education in slum area or in elementary school in slum, by which we can improve the condition of some children by getting education, by getting food, and they could get health and enjoy the life of their achievements or happiness for a long time. Otherwise the generation will come soon, as they got from their father in their inherited such a way. The fourth and last paragraph of the poem, an elementary school classroom in a slum. Unless governor, inspector, visitor, this map becomes their window, and these windows that shut upon their lives like catacombs break, open till they break the town, and show the children to green fields, and make them run azure on gold sands, and let their tongues run naked into books, the white and green leaves open. History theirs whose language is the sun. In the last paragraph, the poet appeals from the privileged persons to improve the condition of miserable and poor children living in a slum. According to the poet, if governor, inspector, visitor do not become the way of the children, do not become the map for them, their lives cannot be improved. Their pathetic condition cannot be improved, as this is the map of their poor life, and this map becomes the windows for them. These windows are such a subterranean place for worrying the dead. They become them inactive to do anything. They are the barrier for them to progress in life. So the poet suggests that break open till they break the town. Rich people should break down the poverty. They should abolish poverty, unhealthy, from the lives of the children living in a slum. Otherwise, this poverty may destroy the whole town, the whole people living in the town. Otherwise, ignorance will cover the whole places, unhealthiness will cover the whole places, and the education departed to the children will be destroyed. And so the children to green fields, and suggest us that the children should go to green fields, see the green fields, enjoy the environment neatly, and make them word run azure on the gold sands. And we should provide the children to run on golden sands under blue sky, and let their tongues means, and provide them education in their own mother tongue, so that easily they can learn everything. They can read and write particularly. Run naked them books with white and the green leaves open, and provide them books with green and leaf pages. Green pages are the leaves. This means pages means colorful. Provide should be given for them, so that they can get education and may improve the pathetic condition in coming days. History theirs whose the language is the sun, as the history is there whose language is prosperous. Here sun is personified as a prosperous, whose mother tongue is strong, whose mother is prosperous, rich. He can do everything. He can be genius person, he can be scholar. So in brief we can say that the pathetic condition, the miserable condition of poor children living in a slum can be improved by providing them good education, food, and opportunity in the society. Dear students, please listen this video and note down all the important things and hard words in your copy. Okay, thank you.